Hey guys and girls, Bored now, back with you on this video. I will be reviewing Season 1, Episode 7 of the Yellowjackets. The episode is called No Compass. Full spoilers once again from the start of this review as I roll on, getting closer to being up to date for Season 2. By the way, just something to plug before I start talking about this episode is then I will be doing a special live stream on Thursday evening. That's Thursday evening UK time. And I will be watching the finale of Season 1, which I'm doing because it will be literally hours before Season 2. The debut of Season 2. Maybe if you're in certain countries, Season 2 may have already started. But anyway, it's around the time Season 2 will be getting close to air, so that's why I'm doing that. So come and join me. I'll set up a watch party and we can watch the finale of the last season along together. It would be fun. So this is another solid episode, not my favourite episode. I'll start with the teen stuff in the past, in the wilderness, because there's pretty busy stuff happening with them going on this hike. They decide to go on a hike. We get some more sweet scenes with Van and with Thaisa, but the tensions keep flaring between them and they are confronted by wolves. Wolves come after them. Once again, the vibe of the scene and the atmosphere is maybe hinting a little bit at something supernatural at play here, but it never makes it completely explicit. So, because it's a few of them. It's Mar, it's Misty, it's Van, it's Thaisa. A few different ones are on this hike. And the wolf comes after Van, and Thaisa saves her, shoots them with a gun. So Thaisa once again assuming a bit of like the dominant type role in the group. But as a result, Van is like brutally injured, like got bad facial scars, bleeding all over her face. And that's the big cliffhanger of the episode, is Van's life is hanging in a thread, or by a thread, I should say. Oh my god. There's a bit more drama with Jackie and with Shona in this episode, and that's because Shona tells Jackie that she's pregnant, and Jackie's a little bit miffed than other people found out before her, but she tells her she's pregnant, but claims that it was, I forget the guy's name now, but the sort of like weaselly, quite fat one who's kind of creepy. We saw him in adult form in the last episode. Shona came across him when she was going to the hotel. Sort of character who, like, that appearance makes you think there could be something up with him when it comes to the bigger plot and mystery, but she claims that's who she like slept with, like she was really drunk and out of it, and it just sort of happened. So it's just this easy sort of, like, even though Jackie like questions it, because it's like, why would you sleep with him? Like, Shona explains it quite well and is pretty convincing. So Jackie doesn't question it. But then later on, Jackie, the nerve of Jackie, she reads Shona's diary, so we find out then, or that's how she finds out, that then Shona actually slept with Jeff, and it's Jeff's baby, and that's now going to become a big tension point between the two of them going into the final episodes, and there's going to be a lot of like stuff on that. So pretty big stakes in this episode, particularly with Thaisa and with Van, because we get a little bit more of a sense of their relationship. I also like the stuff with Thaisa cutting her hair, like attempting something different, like a different appearance. It's almost like the idea of a new environment, so a new like personality and self. So yeah, that stuff's pretty good as well. So moving into like the present, we get a little bit more with Kevin and with Natalie because they're still continuing their casual sort of fling, and he finds out that she stole his gun, but like she doesn't tell him anything else. She doesn't say then they're being blackmailed, because that's what starts to happen in this episode. They start to get blackmailed by this mystery person who knows their secrets, and that becomes a whole thing. And they start discussing as a group: are we going to go along with this? Are we just going to pay the money so they all shut up, like go away, or are we going to try and deal with them? And that's why they've got the gun, partly for protection, and they arrange this whole elaborate like thing where they try to catch whoever it is, and it doesn't quite go right, but that's why Natalie took Kevin's gun. The blackmailer wants $50,000, and they try to catch him, and they chase him for. It's a whole like elaborate chase scene. It's really well done. It's a well directed chase sequence, and like the blackmailer at one point falls into like glitter before escaping. So that's something which is going to come back into play later on. Also, I forgot to mention, like at the end of the last episode, the big thing with Misty where she kidnapped Jessica Roberts because of Jessica Roberts trailing them, she was convinced that Jessica Roberts was the one who could be doing the blackmailing. So this is once again Misty going into business for herself and not telling the others, which I kind of love, but she just once again pushes it to an extreme where she like injects this woman with one of the needles from her work, and she kidnaps her and takes her hostage, like ties her to a bed. And once again, it's like this thing with Misty where she's being like this really creepy sort of nurse maid. She's like using her power over Jessica, and you just get all sorts of funny but pretty messed up dark stuff with like Caligula, for example, like the stuff with Jessica threatening Caligula, if I can say the bloody word. Sorry guys, but that's pretty hilarious stuff. But what it all amounts to is then, like Jessica says, then Taisha hired her to follow the rest of the group. So that's why she's been tracking them. It's got nothing to do with her like blackmailing. And another pretty fun thing about these scenes is, with someone like Misty being so like unhinged and like unpredictable at times, it's also a bit of a worry how much she might reveal to Jessica, like, and whether Jessica would use it against them at a later date. She might not have any interest in that, but it's one of those things in these conversations, because Misty has committed herself and believes Jessica is the one blackmailing them, then it is sort of putting it all on the line, where if Misty says too much, it could backfire. Not only on her, but the whole group, obviously. So that part of the episode I really enjoyed. The stuff in the wilderness I also enjoy. Once again, the Shona adult stuff is probably the weakest stuff. Like, so she and Adam sleep together, but then they're almost caught by Jeff, because Jeff like shows up at the place, and we're not quite sure why at this point, but Adam hides in the closet, so he doesn't quite catch them. Another detail I sort of left out of the beginning with them in the wilderness is then Lottie tells Thaisa that then they're going to come across a red lake of blood. And then they do. Whether it's blood or not, who knows? But like it is like a red lake, which is unusual. So once again, some mystical stuff going on with Lottie maybe, and these premonitions perhaps coming to the forefront. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff, pretty cool stuff. Not the most eventful episode, apart from the stuff in the wilderness with the hike, and then you had obviously like the heist stuff. That was pretty fun. I quite enjoyed that stuff. But that's my thoughts on episode 7. I will continue, as I said. I will return soon with episode 8, review of that, and I'll get up to date before season 2 hits later this week. I will be returning, of course, to review all of season 2 on the channel, so I'm excited to see where they go in season 2. There's a lot of promise based on how season 1 leaves things off, and I'm looking forward to talking about it on the channel. So let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments, like and subscribe, and don't forget later on in the week, tomorrow, in fact, as I record this, I will be watching the finale of season 1 on stream, so come along and join me for that if you wish. But thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you again soon.